Hello again, everyone. I'm Tom, and this is my co-host, Laurie. Say hi, Laurie.
Hi, welcome
We
back.
are welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, Laurie. We're going to continue our discussion today on our spiritual sojourn about guides, and we have a little bit more to talk about from our previous three episodes. We hope you got a chance to look at those. And if you have not, they're still out on YouTube, and you can take a look at those in conjunction with this video. With that, let me turn it over to you, Laurie.
Thank you, Tom. It's great to see you again. Today I've had this energy coming to me and talking, and we're going to continue talking about guides. And we're moving from spirit guides, as we've been talking about, those beings of divine light, those light beings that are with us all the time, that work with us. And who approached me today um, is a group that I call the Interstellars. They're a group of beings who actually are in physical form, living in other dimensions, who also can step in and work as our guides. They communicate with us much like our spirit guides do. However, they are not pure spirit. They are actually incarnated beings, but are still coming to work with us. So, as sort of that introduction, let me get that out of the way and let me step back and allow them to come through and begin sharing a little bit of the information they wanted to share with us today. Greetings to you today. We are most pleased to have this opportunity to speak with you, to introduce ourselves, for we know that this is, for some of you, new information, sometimes much misunderstood, and we would like to clarify some points with you. We are indeed guides of human beings. We have been with you since the beginning and have been working from a distance, so to speak. We have not made ourselves known. We have not necessarily worked as guides in a direct way, but are beginning to do so now, for it is time. Know that we work very closely with your spirit guides as well as the angelic realm. However, we are in our physical bodies, in other dimensions, and work with you in that telepathic way so that we may guide you to your awakening and to your connection with the interstellars. We can help you with the questions that come up about this and about your existence. For on the earth at this time are many star seeds, are many beings who have chosen to come and incarnate as humans in this life, but who still have very strong connections to us, their interstellar brothers. And so as a result, we come with you in a sense to help support and guide you. Beyond that, we are also bringing much information to individuals who are ready, who are awakening, who are moving into their ascension to help them prepare for the advancement of the human being. We work with you primarily in the dream time. However, as more and more of you become open and receptive, we will also work with you much as your guides do during the meditation and during your life, even during the waking moments. You can certainly call on us just as you do the other guides that you have. Know that we are here for you. We love you very much, for you are connected to us more strongly than you understand at this point, and know that we only have your best interest at heart. And we are here to help those who are awakening to their true self, if you will, and their connection to interstellars. We are here to support you in that. And we thank you for having this opportunity to speak so that those who may be awakening begin to understand that, yes, we are their guides. They are not making it up. So they've stepped back It's interesting when I channel the Interstellars, it tends to give me a slight headache, a slight tension right in the part of my brain. And then when they step back, that tends to recede a little bit. So they have very intense energy.
Mhm.
Do you have questions?
I do. You
Of
knew I
course you
would.
do.
Of course I do. And I don't like them stepping in on, it's my job to give you a headache, not theirs. So
So
um
someone's laughing and just saying we work together.
okay. So a question for your spirit guides just for a quick start. Let's have them, if they would please, tell us about the fear factor, because when you start talking about interstellars and any kind of beings that aren't native to this planet, people immediately have fear because of Hollywood or preconceived notions. So I'd like to ask your spirit guides about the fear factor. Are they all benevolent? And what should we be aware of?
We would suggest that before embarking on working with any of your guides, to always ask for only the highest and best information from those who are of highest and best vibration. Surround yourself in divine light, golden light, whichever you prefer, and ask that the archangels, angels around you, also step forward and protect you from any lower energies from entering your field, so that you can trust that any information that is coming through is from us, whether it is we, the interstellar guides, or your spirit guides, or your angels that also work with you. That way, you can begin to build that trust just as you do with your spirit guides, so that you know who we are when we are speaking with you and working with you. Fear is unique to human beings. Fear seems to be one of those emotions, one of those aspects of human nature, that anything a human is confronted with that is unknown to them, it triggers this fear. Fear of survival, fear of something bad happening to them. And we would say to you, those of us who are coming to you are most benevolent, have only your best interest at heart, are here to work with you to help with your awakening and with the ascension that everyone on earth is now working toward. Know that there are many other beings in all of the universes, all of the dimensions, who are working diligently to keep not only you human beings safe, but your entire planet safe, so that we watch over you as a collective and keep you safe from any of those who would have malintent. So working with us will feel no different for most of you than working with your spirit guides. And know that we are always available. We are always here just as they are. For again, even though we are physical beings, we connect with you in the telepathic way, in that energetic way, for we are less tied to our physical beingness than you are. And so we are able to flow more freely between dimensions and between physicality, if you will. We are closer to spirit than human beings.
Hmm, fascinating. What types of things should we try to connect with interstellars more so than our um, locally owned businesses of spirit guides?
Primarily, we are working with you as your guides in awakening that part of you that remembers that you are a star seed, that part of you that remembers that, yes, you have this connection, that this is not the only life that you have led, that you have had many incarnations in many different physical forms and not always on the earth itself. So we reconnect you with those families, if you will, those beings that you are familiar with but have forgotten in this incarnation. We help you to remember, to reconnect, for we hold knowledge for you that right now you may not understand or be able to use. However, that will begin to shift and is shifting. so that we are working with you in many ways to help unlock those pieces of information so that you have access to that, to also help you with increasing your vibration, increasing the energy flow that you have, so that you are ready for the ascension as the earth and all human beings make this transition.
So let's talk about that transition. You mentioned the ascension, and these are enlightening times for many people. When and what should we expect with the enlightenment?
We cannot give you a when. We can only say that it is happening as we speak, and that all are having their vibrations raised, for it is about all human beings awakening to their best ability, allowing their vibration to increase, so that you are finally, and the earth itself is finally able to transition into that next dimension, the fifth dimension.
Okay, what will that be like?
At this time, we're not able to really express that with you, for it is a process, and this is not the time to begin to have that discussion.
Okay. I'm fascinated by that. I've heard a lot of people talk about the age of Aquarius and the ascension. I'm assuming those are all related. And the purpose of that is for everyone's enlightenment. Does that mean pretty much everyone will be exposed to these pieces of knowledge and people will be more spiritual? Is that part of it?
Everyone has the ability to access all of this information, to know this, and to awaken to their true nature. Because you have free will, there will be those who refuse to do so, who do not wish to know, who decide that it is not truth and will walk away from it, and that is their right. All others who are interested, who will use their free will to open themselves up to this information, will begin to understand true nature, who they are. As your spirit guides have told you and reminded you, you are divine beings just as we are. And this is part of the information that we come to impart. We also are working with those to remember that everyone on this planet are connected to the what you call interstellars. You all came from the stars. You are all stardust at the beginning, and this continues. And as you awaken more and we work with you, you begin to understand that, and to understand our part in the development of Earth and humanity. So they're kind of stepping back just a little bit. Let us say one more thing. That we are coming to let you know that we are your guides. For we know that there are many who are awakening now, who are starting to understand that they are so much more than who they think they are. And we wish them to understand their connection to us, for this will help them in their development, in their moving forward, in their raising their vibrations. We want them to know, to all of you, to know that you are all part of this and have the opportunity to awaken. And we are here to help, just as all the other beings of light are here to help as well.
Okay.
So they've stepped back.
Okay. I think that it's probably pretty important to get the point further across about the fear factor. I don't believe we're going to see any kind of a Mars attacks kind of a situation. We're not going to see little green men running around everywhere. This is going to be just an extension of your spirit guide team for those that wish to have that.
Exactly. And sometimes, unless you ask them, it may take you a little while to even figure out that there's a difference unless you ask. So I would encourage people, if they're having a guide come to them that is new or unfamiliar, that you ask, who are you? And ask them, are you spirit or are you interstellar? I think that probably I've had an interstellar guide that has worked with me off and on for a while. And for a while, I didn't understand that that's who that was. And so when I finally began through dream work and experiences in the dream time, then I began to realize, oh, wait, this is an interstellar being, not someone from my spiritual team. And so then once I was able to recognize that, this being stepped forward and said, yes, I am here, and have been working in the background for a while. But now I was ready to acknowledge and understand and be receptive to the fact that this was an interstellar being coming and working with me and guiding me in some ways, giving me information.
It's a
Does
good
that make
message.
sense? That
It does.
So we may have had them, you may have had these beings around you a lot for a long time and not have recognized it. A lot of times as children will have had those experiences or had those beings come and speak with them as children and then not remember it as they become adults.
Mm.
But they're really not wanting us to be afraid. So they are very careful when they approach us and work with our spirit guides many times, and also approach when they feel like the time is exactly right, when they know we're most receptive, so that we don't have a fear response.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
This is a topic that I'd like to dive into in the future in much more detail, and I hope you will too. Will want to do that. For today, if there's not much else that they want to pass through, I think that's just a great message to understand that they're part of our spirit. And let me ask, is there anything else they would like to pass along before we close out today?
No, they seem quite satisfied with their ability to speak with us today and are grateful that we allowed this. So thank you
Okay.
all for stepping in today and giving us this piece of information.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
All
Thank you,
right.
Tom.
That was a fascinating revelation, and I enjoyed that quite a bit.
Good. And I know that they're going to come back in at a future time and be talking a little more about who they are, what they're doing, and why they're coming in.
Those are the questions I'd love to ask, but I think
I
that's
know.
too a little bit too much for today.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you
Okay.
all for being here today and listening to us.
Thanks, everyone. We enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Appreciate you visiting us for another episode of our Spiritual Sojourn. If you liked this video, smash that like button and leave some comments. And feel free to ask us questions in the comments. We'd
Yes,
love to have your questions.
that would be lovely. Yes, please do.
Okay. Thanks,
See you
everyone.
next time. Bye.
Bye.